Hey there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So, like we initially thought when we first saw the new Sisters Dogmata, it does look as though she and some other key units are following the same chaplain-esque rules that we have seen for both the Space Marines and for Chaos, and Warhammer community have announced that in the upcoming Sisters Codex, which, as a quick aside, they do say is coming out, quote, soon, there will be hymns which work in the same way as the Space Marine Litanies. So your Sisters of Battle priest models can chant these during the command phase, and they state that there's a relatively wide variety of priest units in the Codex, from missionaries or the previously mentioned Dogmata to things like the Dialogus, all who can choose from the possible 6 hymns to help support and buff your Sisters of Battle army. And in the article today, they show off 2 of them, the Catechism of Repugnance and the Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude. Now, presumably these will be the same as Marine Litanies in that they go off on a 3+, with perhaps some way through either a stratagem, upgrade or special unit to get those to a 2+, and I would imagine that each priest model will be able to chant 1 per turn. And to be honest, they do seem rather good. The Catechism of Repugnance is a really nice buff for bolt weapons, giving your core and character units within 6 inches a bonus which means unmodified hits of 6 with bolt weapons automatically wound, and if you're within half range, they also get a bonus -1 AP to their bolt guns, turning them into very effective damage dealers, to be honest. And with the numbers of bolters and storm bolters, not to mention things like heavy bolters, that the Sisters can bring, this is going to go a long way towards helping you focus down tougher enemies that your bolters may have previously been wounding on 5s or 6s. And I would argue that the auto wounding on 6s is probably on a par with some of the Marine Litanies for their chaplains. The extra AP within half range just seems to be an extra bonus on top of that pushes them, in my opinion, for the most part, better than the ones that we see for Marines. The second one they show off for us is the Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude. And what this does is you choose a friendly Adeptus Ministorum core, so not Adeptus Sororitas, it specifies Ministorum core, character, or Engine of Redemption within 6 inches, and any psychic powers manifested by enemy models on that unit immediately end. But also, until the start of your next command phase, they can't be affected by enemy psychic powers. So this is a fantastic, even better than denying style ability that not only lets you effectively dispel a bad enemy psychic power, but also grant a Ministorum unit invulnerability to psychic powers until your next command phase. So whether that's your enemy trying to debuff them or damage them with something like Smite, it just has no effect on them. And for an army that, although it has lots of Deny the Witch, or at least in the current codex it has lots of Deny the Witch, it's not particularly good Deny the Witch, rolling just 1 dice for your attempt, so this could be a really important ability to help protect your forces from enemy psychic heavy armies like Tyranids or Eldar or Chaos. And although it only affects Ministorum core or characters or the aforementioned Engines of Redemption, so I do think it's going to be a bit more restrictive in terms of who you can target this on compared to some of the other chants that the Sisters can do. It is still going to be an absolutely fantastic one to have if you know that in your meta you may be facing a lot of psychic heavy armies. I have to say that overall I do really rather like these hymns, and I hope that the rest are equally useful for the Sisters of Battle. And although part of me is kind of disappointed that GW are sort of copy pasting the chaplain rules and abilities from the Space Marines to the Sisters, it is at least good that the actual abilities and litanies themselves aren't the same. There are unique army appropriate ones for the Sisters to look forward to. And if I'm being honest, I would actually really love to see this ability more in depth for the Sisters than for the Marines, because for me anyway, the Sisters are typically that very zealous, devoted, church-like organization. So I think this kind of chanting and litanies very much suits their overall look and feel much better than it does for Marines and their chaplains. So I do hope there are more ways to interact with it than the Marines get, and I hope the fact that there are different units that can chant means that perhaps each of them may have some kind of unique way of buffing it or changing it, perhaps something like the Dialogus chant on a 2+, or the Dogmata can chant 2, and then missionaries are just the cheaper option for getting them into your list for as few points as possible. I don't know, I would just be really pleased to see something like that for the sisters, just to make it that little bit more involved for them compared to the Space Marines. But what do you think of these hymns for the sisters? Do you like the two that we've been shown today? And do you like the ability overall, or would you have preferred to have seen something completely new and unique which wasn't so similar to the Litanies? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I will catch you later, guys.